Okay, well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Senior School Principal Awards to the teachers and students who have been able to join us here today, as well as to parents and friends who are watching from home. It's great that we can finally celebrate the achievement of you guys over what has been yet another disrupted year. Unfortunately, the day before we were due to give our Unit 1 awards, we went straight into lockdown, which kind of summarises this year. So today is about acknowledging and celebrating the academic success and efforts put in by these students over both Units 1 and 2. So our first group of award winners are for students who have achieved the highest academic success in Unit 1. So I just ask you to hold your applause to the end. Firstly, we'll get up there, and I can't even get this to work. Hang on a sec. Great technical awards. There we go. So our first recipient of academic awards for Unit 1 is Orlando Castro. Well done, Orlando.
I have a feeling we're going to see some people multiple times today.
Probably, yeah, we will.
So rather than us...
Ellie Kiwish.
everyone.
Okay, our next recipient for academic success in Unit 1 is Kevin Long. Well done, Kevin. And lastly, for Unit 1, academic success is Alexandra Marinkovic. It's like we're at the golf. Okay, please give a big round of applause to all those students. Okay, our next award recipients are for the students who achieve the highest academic success in Unit 2. Firstly, we have Darcy Gregory Francis. Our next recipient is Kate Maxwell. We warned you about sitting up the back.
All right. Let's take a pause. So we need to interrogate these students.
Very good. Yeah,
got it?
we can.
Fair enough. It's much more fun when we hear from you. And normally we get a little bit of a spiel read out, but that's... No, see now, if you shake your head, I desperately want to ask you a question. Otherwise, this is going to be done in about 15 minutes. And we're not going to have anywhere near the fun finding out how you found the year, what you enjoy or don't enjoy. I always give at least one student the opportunity to work out which teacher gets their pay rise this year. Don't you want to have that power? So, as you're walking up, you don't know what's coming, but don't worry, you're in year 11. You'll be able to answer on the spot. Let's go. Who's next?
Okay, next recipient is Tesfa Maselli. Just going the long way, Tesfa. Good work.
Excellent. I definitely have a question for Tesfa. Come on in. Alrighty. Now, as you and I have been doing a bit on this, what would you say is the best platform for buying and selling things? Well, you've had a little bit of a hobby this year doing some of that kind of stuff, haven't you? Yeah, okay. Have you got a summer of wheeling and dealing plan? Yeah, puts a bit of folding money in your pocket.
Yeah.
What's been the biggest sale for you this year? Say again. Working. All right. Yeah. So what have you been doing? Cooking. Yeah. Very good. Okay. Right. And tell us about next year. What do you want to do in year 12? What's the subject you're going to enjoy the most, you hope?
English and food tech.
Food tech and English. Excellent. Well done. Good on you, Tessa.
Well done,
Congratulations.
Tessa. Okay, and our final recipient for this batch of awards for Unit 2 is Noah Josevic. Prepared for your interrogation?
Yeah. Well, you're looking
Good.
at way too much confidence. All right.
Thank you.
Come on in. What are you looking forward to doing over summer?
Summer, going to the beach.
Yeah. Right. And you're going to be able to get back into sport?
Probably not over summer.
No. Right. Okay. So how are you going to get your sport back to where you want it to be after this last couple of years?
I don't know, I'm not really playing sport anymore.
Oh, okay. My apologies. Right. So it's going to be all about the beach.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. And next year,
Next year.
what are you looking to do? School. Yeah. You've got to have a goal here, right?
My subject. All of them.
Because don't say that this isn't the case. Everyone in their head, even if they won't admit it to their parents, maybe not even yourself, you've kind of got a bit of a goal ATAR in mind. Yes? Surely. Right, okay, I'm not going to ask you what that is. Right? No, you're not sure. But, do you have a goal for after high school?
I'm not too sure right now.
Yeah, so that's fine, right? But you are going to need to think about this next year, aren't you? Right? Because you're going to have this criteria nagging you by about term 2 of next year. When are you putting on your VTAC form, or are you going to uni, or whatever, that kind of thing, right? So we've got to start getting this into our minds. Put your hands up if you have already thought about after high school. Fair enough, okay? And it's not everyone. It's about 50-50, isn't it? Therefore, some of us have already got a pretty clear goal. Others need to really start thinking about this while you're on the beach over this summer. What am I doing after year 12? Further study, a job, I don't know. But if it is further study, we'll look at it as well as we can. What is going to be your best subject next year?
My best subject. Probably psychology.
Psychology. All right, make it happen. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well done, Noah.
Somebody's going to tell me about a course they want to study at university. Okay, here we go. Who's next?
Start thinking. All right, so next up, these awards are for students who have achieved the highest academic success over both Units 1 and 2. So there might be a couple of awards coming through for these ones. Our first recipient is Elodie Ashton.
There you go. Well done. Put that in some fancy way of easy. Remote. Thumbs up or thumbs down?
It was alright.
It was all right. Thumbs sideways.
Thumbs
Right?
sideways.
Yeah, okay. Could you imagine trying to you do year 12 though? Remote?
No, definitely
No.
not.
Definitely more benefits to being here than not.
Yeah.
Right? And do you find being at school, studying with your peers to be a bit more motivated?
Yes,
I think
definitely.
that's going to be the biggest thing for all of us, isn't it? So it should lead. Hopefully, we're all going to be here all of next year, which would be fantastic. That should definitely give us the best opportunity for people who won 2 certificates to do well. Congratulations.
Well done, Elodie. Okay, our next recipient is Joshua Attard.
Well done. Come on in. Do you have a goal later? You don't have to say it. Just do you have one? Is there a number in your head?
Oh, like a roundabout number, yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay. And how are we going to make that number happen?
Study hard.
Study hard. Draw it on a piece of paper. Stick it on the back of your toilet door. Look at it every day.
Something like that, yeah.
Remind yourself how you're going to make that happen. Start early.
Yeah.
Read your English novels over summer.
Yeah.
Maybe on the beach. Yes?
Yeah.
All right. You'll have a little break. But, again, 2 certificates. So you clearly had a good crack this year. Best study habits are going to be get in it early and absolutely set the goal and try and stick to it. Yeah? Congratulations on that. That's a great job.
Well done, Josh. All right, our next recipient is Natasha Curry. Favourite subject this year?
Probably lit.
Okay, yeah. And how do you think you went?
Good. I think I did
Yes,
well. It was
yeah.
one of my best subjects.
Exam felt good. Going to do it next year?
Yep.
Yep. All right. Okay. And what else are you studying?
I'm doing English, further, legal, and business.
Alrighty. Is there a goal for after high school with that selection?
I don't know. I'm not sure yet.
Study after high school?
Yes,
So that's definitely a very open course, isn't it? You could pretty much do anything bar medicine, I think, with that mixture, so that's good. And any particular direction, though, you know, in terms of where you might like to, your dream job in 10 years?
I don't know. Probably something to do with writing.
Right.
And something
okay.
where I can manage myself.
Yeah, be your own boss.
Yes.
Excellent. Great goal. Congratulations.
Well done, Natasha. Okay, our next award winner is Mia D'Agostino.
Thank you. Thank you.
Want to shout out your favourite teacher?
Miss Warren.
Miss Warren.
Yes.
All right. That was very quick and easy, so tell us why.
She was just really supportive this year. She helped me a lot. In English, I've come really far. Started off as probably a B student,
Yep.
ended up with an A on the exam. So it was really good.
You can't really fault the English teachers, can you?
Not at all.
Backbone of a lot of stuff. Obviously makes English better, but it helps a lot with your other subjects as well. She'll love to hear that. Congratulations.
Well done, Mia. Okay, our next award recipient is Nung Do.
You're going to have an idea about after high school?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Not yet.
No? Tell us what you're studying next year.
So I've got English, AL, and methods, and special maths,
Yep.
and business and accounting.
Okay, I can tell already there's a commerce world here, isn't there? Feels to me like, maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Melbourne commerce a possibility?
Not sure.
No, yeah, but not a no. All right, so let's just put that one up there, right? If you're going to look at commerce and you wanted to consider Melbourne commerce, anyone know the ATAR for that one? Clearly in is 96, right? So you're a top 4 or 5% student. To contemplate it, it's a pretty awesome course if that's your want. And you're picking the right subjects to make that happen, aren't you? Right? So no pressure.
No one can do that.
But I reckon there's a chance there, and if that's where you end up settling, thinking, I would like to try Melbourne, good luck with it. Congratulations on a great start.
Well done. Okay, our next recipient is Olympia Lada.
Congratulations. Now, I'm flying a little bit blind here because normally we hear a little bit more about what students are studying, and so tell me, what did you study this year?
So I did studio arts.
Yep.
I did literature, English, history, revolutions, legal, and literature.
All right. And do you have a January study plan?
Yeah.
Are you blind? Are you going to touch some books in January?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. And what's the subject you're hoping to do the best in next year?
Legal, literature, English.
okay.
Well, all of them basically.
Sure.
And
You're just going to max them all out. That's good. And after high school, what are your thoughts?
I want to go to uni, and I want to get a law degree.
Law. There you go. So that's why you sort of said legal studies there at the start too.
Yeah.
All right, legal and English, they're going to be crucial.
Yeah.
Good luck. Congratulations.
Well done, Olympia. Okay, next is Briley Lavery.
Congratulations. Best thing about being back at school?
Probably just seeing everyone again, like being able to talk to everyone
Yep.
and not being in front of a screen all the time. So yeah.
Kind of got to be hard for everybody, didn't it? That first lockdown last year had a bit of novelty, and sort of, but the second time around, we felt it. The students and the teachers just haven't had the same. Our camera is ringing. There you go. That's how you know it's 2021. But there's only so much you can do on the screen, isn't there? No, I think actually we've been very lucky as a group that we are going to get back to a pretty normal Year 12, and in particular though after that, because you're all going to want to think about some study. Being able to go to uni in the flesh, on site, meet people who are likely to be friends for the rest of your life, that's crucial, and that's something that we have missed out on the last couple of years. So, well done for being born when you are. Me, how are you going to get through on that front? And congratulations today.
All right. Okay, next is Isabella Manichewski.
Congratulations. Alrighty. You got it?
Yeah.
Are you at school tomorrow?
I do.
Why are you at school tomorrow as well?
I'm at school tomorrow because I'm applying for leadership.
Excellent, excellent. We all knew about this, right? No, I thought that's the case because we're a little bit down on the number of students that would normally be interested in doing this. There are enough people, and that's great, but still, you're going to come along tomorrow. Traditionally, again, without COVID, would have been a camp. We could have had a great time for a couple of days thinking through how to be leaders and what it would mean to be one. But we're going to jam that into a day. But why don't you want to be a leader of the school?
Well, I want to be a leader because to me, being a leader represents the people. And I want to represent the people as best as I can and make as much as a positive change as I can. I know that no school is perfect, but I want to work towards that as much as possible.
Oh, how good was that? On the spot. That was awesome. That was actually a little bit scary.
Someone came very well prepared.
Oh, man. And if we didn't talk about it, all right, politics 20 years from now. That was great. Who's next?
Our next award winner is Caitlin Mina.
Congratulations. All righty, come on in. Give us your simple, off the top of your head, out of 10 for the year.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't really achieve what I wanted to.
No, just the whole vibe for as a year
I
for
feel
you.
like it was like a 6 maybe.
6, yeah. A lot of us are going to say 6, aren't we? You can just tell we weren't. None of us was where we might have wanted to be, or could even be motivated to get there. So a 6 though, still managed to get those, didn't it? Right? Okay. For you, after high school, what are you thinking?
I'd like to go to RMIT because
Yep.
I've got my eye on their art course.
So already knows the uni. Hint, hint, everybody. Right? Okay. All right. Have you done an open day, that kind of thing, go around RMIT?
Well, I haven't really had the chance to, but I'd like to do some more next year.
Know a bit about it, and this the art course. What is it specifically?
Well, I'd like to try animation, or I want to become a concept artist, so just something along those lines.
Okay.
Is
All
that
right.
the city campus?
I think so. Yeah.
Does that need a folio?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's going to be a big part for you next year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Good luck. Congratulations.
All right, Caitlin. Okay, our next winner is Alia Mohilden. Another potential leader, I think.
Come on in. And just a little hint, when you have these kinds of cage matches where everyone's trying to aspire to something, always go first because you get to give the best speech. And it's pretty hard to follow up someone else when they've already said it right. So we're not going to ask you to do a speech like that, but I am going to say, do you have a particular role that you're interested in?
Yeah.
Yep. What's that?
I'm a school captain.
Okay, well then we are going to ask you why you want to be a school captain. Fair enough. What would it mean for you to be a school captain?
I think it's a really great opportunity to get the student voice more involved with
Yep.
the school because
Yep.
I know everyone has things they like and things they prefer to change. So I think I do a good job at representing what everyone wants.
Yeah, very good. Okay, and it does seem often when you ask students about that, it is about being a conduit, which
Yeah.
is good, right? You know, being open, receptive, listening, and trying to communicate that. So
Yeah.
great for having that aspiration. Good luck with tomorrow.
Thank you.
Well done, Alia. The next winner is Leah Moralea.
What's going to be your hobby for the holidays?
I really like arts and crafts.
Okay.
So I'm planning to make, I save a lot of recycling stuff, so I'm going to plan to make big houses and model houses.
All right, all right. You've already got the plans underway. You've got a place to do it. Yeah. Okay. And next year, what are you hoping to? What's going to be your best subject? Do you think?
I'm hoping something math around.
Good. Yes. Are you in specialist? Methods and specialist. I can't lie. They are my favourite students. Sorry, everybody else. Well done. Another great specialist student.
Well done, Leah.
To say anything else, I can begrudgingly accept that there's some pretty smart humanities students out there, but when a student says they're going to have a crack at specialist maths, it just melts the heart of this old specialist maths teacher. Excellent. Well done.
Our next winner is Yasmin Nguyen.
Now, before I could tell, you absolutely had a plan for after high school. You were all
Yeah.
over it.
Alright,
Tell us what it is.
got 2 plans.
Yep.
If I don't get my ATAR, actually, if I do get my ATAR,
Mhm.
I'll become a surgeon.
A surgeon, so medicine.
Yes.
Yep.
If I don't, bricklayer.
All right. Now, that just led to this really awesome segue, which I'd love to spend 20 minutes lecturing everybody on, but there is a very interesting commonality there. Both of those jobs are being taken over by robots as we speak. So we've seen robotic surgery, and that's pretty cool. But you know that there's robots laying the bricks now too.
Yeah.
How awesome would that be? I don't know. Could make things a bit different. But let's talk about the surgery, right? What are we going to do to make that happen? Certain subjects in year 12.
I'm
Right.
doing all of them, the one that you're thinking right now.
There you go, good. So you've got chemistry in your mix for next year.
Yep.
And you can do direct entry straight after high school at Monash, or various biomed routes that lead to a graduate entry later on. Do you have an opinion about that?
Well, let's see what ATAR I get.
Yeah. So you'd go in at 18 if you could, like you take the Monash route.
Yes.
And if you take the Monash route, direct entry, it's certainly very high ATAR, but it is also really maxing out that exam. And I keep saying UMAT, GMAT, GAMSAT. Which one do we call it nowadays?
It's UMAT, yeah.
Yeah, the UMAT
Yeah.
is the Monash one. UCAT, it does keep changing its names, but there's a test to see on some fronts whether you're ready, including maturity-wise, isn't there? Right? And that seems to be a hard one, but it's a great goal to have. Congratulations on that. Good luck with next year.
Thank you.
Yasmin.
Come on, get in a hurry up. Already checking their watches.
They're hungry. Next is Talia Ryan.
Thank you. Thanks.
Alrighty, congratulations, Talia. While we're taking the photo, shout out to your favourite teacher,
Probably Mr. Montesano.
Mr. Montesano. In 20 words or less. Why is that?
He makes the classes really engaging. Like, it's not always straight from the book. It's from his knowledge and his experiences. So it makes it really interesting to learn.
Yeah, excellent. He's a very experienced legal studies teacher, isn't he? Congratulations. Well done.
Well done. Our next winner is Jasmine Wong.
Congratulations, Jasmine. Thumbs up or thumbs down for you this year, remote?
Same as the LD sideways.
Yeah. Bits of it were good,
Yeah.
but better to be in the flesh next year.
Yeah.
Yep, okay. Goal for after high school?
Go to uni.
Anything in particular?
Don't know yet.
No, just go to uni. Great goal. Congratulations.
Thank
Well done.
Well done. Okay, our next winner is Jamin Wade. I'm glad to see that red has come down a little bit, Jamin.
I get the sense he's not a natural redhead.
Yeah.
Because your eyebrows would be redder. All right, what inspired this? Favourite footy team? Favourite footy team won or something, or just after a change?
Why not?
Can be enough of a reason, yeah. What have you got planned for summer?
Not much. Going camping and that.
Yeah, get away a bit.
Yeah.
Camping, something you like doing.
Yeah. You do a lot.
Ready for next year?
Yeah, a bit.
You definitely want to relax.
Yeah.
Have a break. Get yourself psyched up. Mid-January. Get ready. Read a novel.
Yeah.
Good luck. Congratulations.
Well done, Jamin. Okay, our final recipient in this set of awards is Andreas Weikart.
Done. Well, you get to try out your candidates this week, so I'm pretty sure you're coming tomorrow, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Anything you want to add further to why it's important to be a school captain, or why you'd like to be one?
Probably just being a Year 12 student, all the hard work, coming together, and then showing all the other students, being a role model to look up to and for them to follow. And then
Good, yep,
someone for them to speak to.
yeah, excellent,
Yeah.
good. Okay, good luck with tomorrow.
Thank you.
Well done, Andreas. Okay, so just a big congratulations to those students. That was for Unit 1 and 2, so well done on all that hard work and consistency you've put in this year. Congratulations. So our next set of awards are our Endeavour Awards. So these awards are going to students who showed the most improved results in Unit 1. So from Year 10, where their grades were, to where they got to in Unit 1. That's what we're recognising and celebrating here. Our first recipient is Keenan Chapman.
So it's a while back. But what changed from the end of Year 10 to that first semester of Year 11?
Not a lot, just studied a little bit more.
Yeah. Fundamentally. So Year 10, again, that was a hard one. You guys were in lockdown there for quite a while. In fact, I'd suggest it was quite difficult for the Year 10s who we kind of jammed those exams, and you might remember we did get the semester 1 exams in, but it was all a bit quick, and then of course we had a big remote in term 3. So I did feel sorry for all of our Year 10s last year when they had to come back and try and get their brains in gear and do some exams that were going to count a bit because of going into Year 11. So maybe that hadn't quite been the peak you wanted it to be.
Yeah, and then when we got back to school, it was a bit easier.
Yes. And just having people around, the inertia of the group, everyone trying to meet expectations, and you had a good one.
Yep.
So well done. How did semester 2 go?
Yeah, probably even better, yeah.
All right. And you're feeling good about next year?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Still don't know.
Still don't know. Okay. You've got about 6 months to work that out. Good luck.
Well done, Keenan. Okay, our next recipient isn't here today, but we just wanted to acknowledge the efforts of Evan Clappett this year.
That would have been good to shake Evan's hand. Anyway, well done, Evan.
Next recipient is Koa Ho.
Congratulations. Alrighty, what are you studying next year?
Chemist, Special, Metals, and EL.
Yep.
Yeah.
One more?
One more. Physics.
Physics.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right. So what would you like to do after high school?
After high school, I plan to get to universities, or maybe get back to Vietnam.
Yeah.
Yeah, and join my day back to Vietnam. And I quite miss my family back there. Yeah.
It's been two years.
Yeah,
hasn't it?
more than 2 years.
Certainly the last summer, last year of
Yeah.
not being able to go home.
Yeah.
It's been really, really difficult. So I can certainly understand that's something you're keen to do. And if you go to uni, what do you want to study?
I plan to have the double degrees.
Yep.
Computer science and commerce.
Excellent. I love it to hear it. Good job.
Well done.
Man after my own heart.
Our next winner is Tai Huynh.
Well done, Ty. Congratulations. What changed for you? We're still doing Year 10
Unit
to
1.
Year 8?
Yep.
Between Year 10 and Year 11.
Maybe just improving the studying business management.
Yeah, okay, yep. So that's a subject you enjoyed this year?
Yep.
Yeah. And what would you like to study after high school?
No idea for that.
No idea. But you're in business,
And accounting.
accounting, so it's feeling commercey businessy.
Yep.
Which maths?
Further math.
Further maths. Good. Okay. Well, that makes most of the courses open to you, doesn't it?
Yep.
Congratulations. Good luck.
Thanks.
Well done. Okay, our next winners also are not with us today, but we just want to acknowledge the efforts of Mackenzie McGarren and Ben Naseep. And our next winner who is here is Sol Shembri.
Everyone has to have a photo from high school
Yeah, I know.
that they regret. Right? Yeah? I never minded when you hear
Yeah.
like that, but that is pretty awesome. Yep, all righty. How are things gone for you this year, second semester?
Pretty good.
Feeling good leading into year 12?
Yeah, for sure. Because thought it'd be a lot scarier, but it's not as bad.
It always looks worse from when you're not in it, doesn't it? And then when you just get in, things aren't as bad. It's always better in the morning. And what are you going to study next year?
All my subjects?
Yeah.
Psychology, business, maths, further maths,
Yep.
English, and studio arts.
Done. Right? And after high school?
Probably a gap year.
Oh, the gap year.
Yeah, I know.
Everyone's, yeah, right.
I just, university, I don't
Fair
know.
enough.
About that. I don't know about university yet.
Yeah, not sure.
Yeah.
Okay, all righty. Well, you've got plenty of time to think about that one.
Exactly.
Don't have to go to uni straight away, as you say, do a gap year, but some study, one way or the other, sometime after high school is going to be important for this generation, isn't it? Yeah. Well done. Good job.
That's all. Okay, our next winner is Holly Sechi.
Okay, congratulations, Holly. Now, you have the power. You're going to be the one that determines which teacher this year gets that enormous pay rise that they're all after.
Mr. Hale.
Mr. Hale, all righty. Would we have some agreement on that? Yes? Good. All righty. Why does Mr. Hale deserve a pay rise?
I don't know, all of his classes, he reads off the PowerPoints and stuff, but then he goes on into further detail and makes it, memorable. He screams. He screams, certain things that you, need to remember.
Yes.
And, continue.
Not in a scary, angry way.
No, in, a funny way.
Yep, right.
I don't know, in the exam, because I did year 12 bio, in the exam, there was a certain question, and I just remembered him screaming it.
Yeah.
And then it
Just
worked.
oversee
So I was
it in your head.
yeah. So, yeah,
Well, that's
I don't know,
good. I
he's
like
a good
that.
teacher.
Okay. He gets his extra $1 a week. Well done.
Correct, Holly. All right, the next winner is Chloe Simmons.
Come on up. Keep a check on the time. All righty. Now, tell us about your year this year. What was the highlight?
Probably coming back to school.
Coming back to school?
Yeah.
Okay. And what have you got planned over summer?
Not much.
Not much. Anyone doing paid work?
Yeah.
Get a job? Yeah. Have you got some paid work?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crucial, isn't it? You definitely need some money to take into next year, and if you don't work, things can go a bit slow. So what are you doing?
I work at Woolies.
Woolies, yep, beautiful.
Yeah.
Right, we're going to just go absolutely mental now, aren't we? In fact, if you've been working since over this semester,
Yeah.
have you been sort of hitting that whole problem that Woolies can't get anyone and they're trying to drag everybody in for extra shifts and
Yeah, I get called in all the time.
Yeah, that's going to be, I think, a difficult part is to just get the right balance. And do you think you'll work next year?
Yeah, I want to.
Yeah, fair enough. It can be done. Just about getting the shifts right and trying to keep your weeknights free, isn't it? Who's going to work next year during the year? It's offered a lot of students, isn't it, right? My only advice would be, just get the balance right. If you're doing 20 hours of paid work a week, you aren't going to be able to do as well in the VCE as you might hope. But anyway, great up today. Congratulations.
Okay. And our final award winner for Unit 1 Endeavour is Oscar Thompson.
Congratulations. And do you remember what changed for you?
Came back to school. I liked
Yes.
it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's basically it.
There's this thing. It's often quite hard to get Year 10 boys to take school seriously. I'm not saying that was you, but a lot of the Year 10 boys tend to take that a little bit longer to get into it, and so you're on the ramp up in Year 11. Had a really good Unit 1. How did Unit 2 go for you?
Not quite as good as Unit 1.
Right.
Mostly because it was a bit harder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we
still,
had the voting.
yeah, but I've kept it up enough. So,
Yeah, good. So you're feeling ready for next year.
Yeah, 100%.
Congratulations. Make it a good one. Cheers.
Nice guy. Okay, well done to all those winners for the efforts in Unit 1. Our next group of awards are for students who showed the most improvement in Unit 2. Firstly, Jai Barnett. So I think I've just given away one there. There we go.
Jai. Alrighty. Name your best teacher. Who helped you get this one from Unit 1 to Unit 2?
Probably Miss Freitas and Gordon.
Yeah, okay, alright. Tell me about Miss Freitas. That would have been psych?
Yeah.
Yep.
She was just good. She was like, I don't know, just easy to talk to, easy to get along with.
Yep, you were stuff.
Yeah.
Good delivery.
Yeah.
Found it motivating. You're doing it next year?
Yeah.
Okay, well you might get her again. She's taking Year 12. Congratulations. Well done today.
Well done. All right, no spoiler alert on that next one. It is Joshua Hudson.
Got your learners?
No.
No? Hands up if you've got your learners. Very good. Why don't you have yours?
I booked it it was scheduled for the day after the lockdown happened.
Yeah.
So it was cancelled, and then I had exams.
Yep.
So I didn't book it after that. So
Okay, but something you can knock off over the summer.
yeah,
Get into that. Who's got at least 20 hours? Who's got more than 50? More than 100? Legit? Because I'm told, with my son just moving through it now, you kind of can just turn the app on in your pocket and you don't even have to drive anywhere. Is that right? So 100 legit hours, well done. You are going to be a far safer driver than the rest of us. And when you do get this learners, don't worry, I haven't finished yet. When you do get this learners, what's the dream car you're going to be driving someday?
Mercedes AMG GTR.
Everyone knows the car. That's kind of one of those sleepy little two-door ones, yeah?
Yeah.
You're going to need to do the right uni degree for that, aren't you?
Yeah.
Anyway, congratulations.
Right, that's right.
Got the dream car in his mind.
Okay, next is Olympia Lada. Build a collection, Olympia.
You got the full set there, all three. So high achievement in semester 2 and a significant gain from semester 1. That's excellent. Any paid work for you over summer?
No,
No? Okay.
just studying and training.
Yes, talk about training, let's see. What do you got?
I do taekwondo.
Yep. So are we kind of going into a competitive season or?
Well, mostly everything previously had been cancelled because of COVID, so that was really difficult to go to competitions and everything. But hopefully next year,
Yeah, so you'll be training up over summer.
Yeah,
hopefully to get back into the competitions for next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done. Okay, our next recipient is Juan Lenga Sincapi.
Well done. Alrighty.
I'm going to hold it like this.
You can't cross your arms and hold it. So, or you do this. I'll hold it for you. You cross your arms. Yeah. All right. I want to hear about this. Why have you got that certificate today? What's changed?
Don't even know, to be honest.
Don't even know. Yeah. Or do you feel like things are firing up better for you in semester 2?
No, I just had to do a lot more work, but I got
And
it
you
done.
did it.
Well, that's the thing.
Yep. You did the work.
Yeah.
There's the reward. How are you feeling about next year?
I'm scared. I'm scared.
Yeah. But you're going to do it.
Hopefully.
All right. What's the subject you hope to do best?
Maybe art.
Ah, yeah, excellent. Okay. Good job today. Congratulations.
Well done. Okay, our next winner is Casey Maddock.
Popular winner. Well done, Casey. Do you have one of those goal ATARs in your mind?
No.
Not at all. Yeah. Thought about after high school though?
Yeah.
Studying?
I don't know.
Not sure.
If I do study, I want to do like a sport and fitness course.
Right, yeah.
Otherwise, I want to be in the police force.
Okay. All right. Now that's really good one to talk about. So let's take a moment on the police force. No, what's that take? Hands up if you've ever thought about joining the police force. There's always a few students each year that do that, right? Okay. Hard to do at 18 and 19, isn't it? Nowadays tends to be a bit older. So let's imagine you did go down that path. You could do the sport course, get a little bit of life in and then join the police force? If you join the police force or join the police force, what's the motivation? Why do you want to be a police officer?
Well, my mum and my auntie were in the police force,
Yep.
and because I've got quite a large family background of like the sort of family violence sort of thing, I want to help other kids like be protected from that.
It's a big part of the work
Yeah.
of police now, isn't it?
Yeah.
So people who are interested in helping out in that regard,
Yeah.
there's your story.
Yeah.
That's how you'll be in if you want to do it.
Okay.
Great goal. Congratulations.
Okay, next is Christina Mai.
Yep. We're not centred. Okay. Favourite teacher?
Oh, probably Mr. Norman.
Mr. Norman. This is good, isn't it? We've got different teachers every time there. And what did you like about Mr. Norman this year?
I don't know, the things he just said in class were just gold sometimes.
Yeah, I know. He's a pretty funny guy, isn't he?
It's very entertaining.
Absolutely. Excellent. You know, we're losing him.
I know. We're
That's so
losing
sad.
both physics teachers.
Both physics teachers. We've hired some awesome new physics teachers. Are you doing physics next year?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm pretty comfortable. You'll be happy with their replacements, but you can't totally replace them. Anyway, Mr. Norman, thumbs up again. Probably why you got a new job, isn't it? Because he's a good teacher. Congratulations.
Right. Okay, our next award winner isn't here today, but we will acknowledge Akira McCormack for her efforts in Unit 2. Our next winner is John Nguyen.
Alrighty. Talk to me, John. Why are you there? Why are you holding that bit of paper?
Oh, to be honest, not really sure, but suppose something had to change for me to be standing up here in front of everyone.
Yeah, things are starting to click.
Yeah,
Yep.
hopefully.
You feeling good about next year?
Not at all.
No, that's fair enough. Better to be a little bit nervous, helps with the motivation, doesn't it?
Yeah,
What are you studying?
I'm taking music, psych, English, PE, and wood tech.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you get to be in that music class.
Yeah, I do, which was great.
Mr. Dalton fought very
Yeah.
hard for that, so
He
you
did.
can congratulate him for getting that one through. How's the music going to work? It's sort of group. Is it group? You getting in a group?
So we get to either do group or individual performance, and our end of year is going to be the physical exam and a performance.
So will you do group or individual?
I'll hopefully be group, depending on how everyone else wants to fit in.
So sort of find that out in that first little bit of next year and
Yeah,
see if you can get together and click.
Yeah.
Well, you're going to be the pioneer. We have not had GCSE music at this school for 30 years.
Cheers.
So no pressure.
Cheers.
Well done. Congratulations.
Well done. Okay, our next winner is Kathy Nguyen.
Come on up, Kathy. Got it there. Alrighty. How's your summer looking? Relaxed or busy? Yes. Will you have any paid work?
Yes.
Okay, so you've got a bit of paid work to do. Starting to think about the new year and when you might start to hit the books again. That's a yes. Just say yes.
Yes.
I'm definitely going to do some study over summer, Mr. Scott, for sure. Okay, and what's going to be your best subject, do you think, next year?
Maybe maths.
Beautiful. Maths, the best answer. Do you know who you got yet?
No.
No. Okay. What are you studying further?
Yes.
Okay. We've got a few to choose from there. But anyway, after high school, thoughts, uni, any idea of the course?
Not yet.
Not yet. So we're going to make that happen for you next year.
Yeah.
Get you motivated about which year you'd like to go to and what you want to study. Congratulations on your certificate today.
Okay. Okay, and finally, our last Endeavour Award for Unit 2 is Jennifer Wong.
Congratulations. Okay, then you get to know your teacher as well. Shout out to a teacher. Don't name any that we've named already.
Miss Adams?
Miss Adams.
Yes.
Popular choice. Everybody rates Miss Adams. Business management?
Yes.
Yes, okay. Doing that again next year, or was that 3 and 4? you like about Miss Adams?
She's a very supportive teacher. She explains everything really clearly to make sure I make it sense as well.
Yep, I think everyone agreed. And she'll be a Year 12 coordinator next year.
Yeah.
Congratulations, well done.
Okay, so well done to all those students for their efforts in Unit 2. We look forward to seeing what you can do next year. Finally, we have our Ducks Awards. So these awards go to students who achieve the highest academic results in Unit 1 and Unit 2. So our male Ducks for Unit 1 is Jamin Wade.
Congratulations. Did you know?
No.
Had no sense of it?
No, not really.
Well, you had a pretty good report.
Yeah, but
Were you feeling okay about it?
there's other people that could probably do it as well. So.
There's some smart people in the year level, and you were one of the smartest.
Yeah.
So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Good job.
That's it.
Yeah, for now.
Okay, and our female Ducks for Unit 1 is Nung Do.
Congratulations, Norm. Okay, you did have an excellent semester there.
Oh, yes.
Anything to add to our discussion before?
Not really.
No?
Yep,
Well done.
that's it.
Keep up the effort.
Thank
Good job.
you. Thank you.
Okay, well done to Jamin and Nung. We move on to our awards for Unit 2. Glad you're still close by there. It is Jamin Wade.
Well, now it's a different complexion, James, isn't it? Because it isn't just, I don't know, there's plenty of smart people, and I was one of them, and that's all great. You've actually smacked it both semesters.
Yeah.
And you know what that means, don't you?
What?
There's all this pressure now.
Yeah.
How do you think you'll cope with that?
I don't know. Should be fine.
Well, did you feel any pressure this year?
Yeah, a lot. Like schoolwork and stuff. It'll be next year as well.
Yeah, sure. But where did that pressure come from? Others or you?
Me?
Yeah. So you felt the pressure. You'd
Yeah.
like to do well.
Yeah.
And you responded well to that. That shows that that's the case.
Yeah.
So if you can keep that same frame of mind of next year, quite clearly the sky is going to be the limit.
Yeah.
I think he'd be a pretty popular Ducks if he had a good crack next year, wouldn't he? Yeah, well done. That's a sensational effort. Good job.
Well done, Jamin.
No. Well, just in a moment, we'll put both together. Yep.
Okay, and finally we have our female Ducks for Unit 2. Nung Do.
Double the trophies to put on the shelf.
It's going to be a very stacked bedroom wall, I think.
Isn't it? Okay, so it's sort of the same problem in a sense, isn't it? There's a lot of expectation, and I'm sure you've put that on yourself, and I know your family is hoping that you'll do very well.
Yep.
How do you think you will hold yourself psychologically over the year?
I pray.
Okay, yeah, good. And what about just how to treat yourself so that, you know, when we think about Year 12, it's pretty easy to get out the gates fast. We all get a bit excited over summer. Oh, yeah, I'm going to really study hard this year. I'm going to read the books. February, bang, bang, bang. In March, we're all starting to get tired. Before you know it, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon, isn't it? The reality of Year 12 is that you really do need to peak right over there in November, while, particularly when we're talking about these Ducks that are doing very, very well, doing really well on that continuous assessment throughout the year. So advice for everybody is about making sure that that marathon is the way you tackle it. It's very long. Parts of it go quickly because we do teach everything in 3 terms, but when you're in it, those sacks over and over and just trying to do well, peaking, that's very hard. So a lot of self-care is important, looking after yourselves emotionally, working well with your family, looking after yourselves physically is really quite important. I think both of you guys have shown that that's possible and that you've been able to do it. So if you will keep those things in mind for next year, the sky will be the limit. Congratulations. They're coming up. We'll do a photo of both Ducks together.
All right.
Alrighty, here we go. Big round of applause
Well done.
for everybody today. All right.
Okay, so that is basically it for this afternoon. Thank you so much for tuning in or for being here today. Well done to all of you guys in this room. Okay, fantastic efforts after yet another disrupted year. We really hope next year goes a lot more smoothly. We have got some refreshments for you so you can hang around and have a bit of a feed. Okay, well done. Wish you all the best over the break.